now we have 12 girls qualified. We still do have this weekend to qualify. You can qualify through this Sunday, so we'll compete girls this weekend at our home meet. We're also allowed to bring 3 relays, so we will bring more than 12 girls to the meet, as some of those girls that aren't qualified in individual events will fill in the relays as well. We're not in the hunt right now to compete for a conference championship. We don't have the numbers. We're going to have a lot of girls that are going to be competing to win individual titles, a lot of girls that will be competing to place in the conference meet and score points and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we just don't have the depth and the numbers to rack up the points that some other schools will. But we will have some success just from our team side, definitely. We'll also have some girls that are on the bubble right now for the national meet. You know, you never want to set up to have to be qualifying for the national meet at the conference meet. You never want to wait for that last chance, but some of those races will go really fast and events will be really good that some of our girls could end up having season bests that will push them over. So not that we necessarily hope and plan for that, but it is an added bonus when it happens. We kind of have, I'll call them our big 3. We have the 2 freshman distance runners in Jasmine Fair and Stephanie Parsons, and then our kind of upperclassmen. She's only a junior, but our upperclassmen with this young team in Gabby Schultz in the weight throw and the shot put. So right now, Steph and Jasmine are 1-2 in the 800 and 2-3 in the mile, ranked in the conference right now. And then Steph also has the second best time in the 3K. They'd also be people that we possibly would run on that distance medley relay. They were on the qualifying team, but may run that different at the conference meet, and could run on a 4x8. So you could see a lot of those 2 on the track for us. They'd be doing a lot of laps around the dome. Gabby right now is ranked 2nd in the shot put, and then is 7th in the weight throw. So again, she's somebody that, you know, could score us a lot of points, even though, you know, she's only has the 2 events, could score a lot of points. Other things just to look for from our young distance squad is they will also have a 4x8 to run in with our very good middle distance squad. You could see a lot of success in that, and even though we may not run those same 4 that ran to qualify and set that school record in the DMR, we still will put together a quality DMR that we put in there. So those relays with the distance squads will be very good. And really, we have a young crew overall. 7 of the 12 qualifiers are freshmen, or are in their first year competing for us. At least a couple of them are transfers or are walk-ons that aren't necessarily true freshmen, but you're going to see a lot of our young girls doing big things this weekend. Well, I guess the best way to say is they haven't skipped a beat. And I think you see that in all the success right off the back with them putting up season best, obviously season best in the first meet of the season, but personal bests and provisional national qualifying times and stuff right off the bat. Some of those top times in the conference were run early in the season, so that was really exciting. You always have to be a little weary of freshmen. You just kind of never know. They don't have some of the experience, and also our season is a lot longer. You know, these girls started running competitively in September and are going to run competitively through hopefully the end of May if they're national qualifiers. That's a very long season and something you don't see in the other sports at the NCAA level. I mean, everybody goes year round, I understand that, everybody has their off season, but you know, they're in season for about 9 months of the year. So you always just have to be a little weary. Are they going to get to the point that they break down? But these girls are not showing that at all. And really, they're not really a worry on that. So you're going to see a lot of freshmen scoring a lot of points for us at this conference meet. A better question for Coach Foster, as I work with our field events and short sprinters, but just to kind of give kind of the most basic answer to it is that you look at people like Steph and Jasmine that are now running the 800 and the mile. You know, you have people like Tori and Hope and Brooke that are still running 3Ks and 5Ks, which their training isn't going to drastically change. Obviously, it is slightly different when we have to be inside with our winters and stuff like that. They're not training out on the roads. They're getting to run some of that stuff that they do during cross country. But with some of our shorter distance girls, not short sprints, you see them running a lot of quicker stuff and things on the track, and those workouts are pretty different than their cross country training. Gabby worked really hard over the summer and her off season, and especially what we think about a lot is our winter break, which for us ends up being about 4 weeks. So we have our fall training that we go through, and then unfortunately we have to send them home for a long time. But she did a great job of making sure she continued to hit the weight room hard and continued to do as much of her running and stuff that she could, and it's shown greatly. You know, she is stronger, she is faster than she's ever been. She is crazy in the weight room right now, and that's showing because that's one of the biggest things. You know, you talk about distance runners, they need to put in the miles. Well, throwers have to be in the weight room, and she is getting it done in the weight room big time. So, and Gabby loves and shines at big meets, and that has been apparent since her first conference meet her freshman year, where she upset people, national qualifiers, to win the conference title. So she is always a fun one to watch at conference championships because she comes to compete. So I would think, you know, we wouldn't see anything less than that next weekend. Yes, you know, year in, year out, they have been the best teams there. They have a lot of depth. So whereas, you know, I talk about, you know, our girls ranking 1, 2, 3 in a lot of events and stuff, we may win those events or take second, which is great and scores us a lot of points. But they're going to come in and take 4th, 5th, and 7th, which scores more points than our first place person. So, and that's what I talked about earlier about, you know, we talk about our team goals and stuff, we just don't have the depth right now to be going for a conference title. Well, that's where they have it. And not just that they'll be taking those lower places, they'll be winning events as well. But that's just where we're missing right now. But, you know, I talk about, you know, all the freshmen we have and younger girls we have. Hopefully if we can keep that going, Coach Foster's doing an excellent job bringing in recruits and, you know, developing these girls that hopefully that is us in a couple of years.
Okay. Annie, thank you very much. Good luck to you and your team at the PSAC Indoor Championships.
Awesome. Thank you very much.